Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I've got a few hours fishing today, probably about 4.5 hours to fish. I'm going to fish 2 different stretches of canal in the hope of catching as many jack pike as I can find really. It's a time of year when it's really cold, but you've got to make the most of the mild weather. And as you can tell, since I'm just wearing a jumper today, we have got some milder weather, so I'm hoping it might have spurred on some of those fish to start feeding. And because I just love lure fishing as a sport as a whole, you don't always have to target big pike to have loads of fun. So today I'm going to be targeting the smaller pike with essentially a perch setup with the hopes of getting a few fish on the bank and having loads of fun doing it. So I'm using fairly small baits today. I've got a selection of baits ranging from crankbaits to jerk baits, twitch baits, essentially just things that have a lot of erratic action and generally a suspending, which is probably what I'm going to end up using today. Baits are going to suspend and sit still in the water and give them pike a chance to take it, because obviously the water's very cold, fish are going to be fairly lethargic I think, and giving that pause to the bait is what's really going to get them triggered to take it I think today. So this is one of the baits I'm using. I'm going to be switching between baits today to find what works, but this is a shadow wrap shad. So I'm using baits between 10 and 12 centimeters. The rod I'm using is essentially a perch setup. It is a 3 to 15 gram 13 fishing Fate Black, which you've seen before, a fairly light braid, 20 pound wire trace, obviously we're fishing for pike, and that's all I'm doing today. We'll go through how I'm going to work my lures in a little bit, but right now I'm going to hit the canal. Like I say, I'm hitting 2 different stretches today in hopes of finding hopefully some balled up pike on some bait fish, and we'll see how many we can catch and hopefully have loads of fun on this light setup. So I'm going to go through my baits now, see which ones are working. As soon as I find a bait that's working, maybe I get a pike or 2 on it, I'll probably just stick to that style of bait. If it's a jerk bait, I'll stick to jerk baits. If it's just a straight up crankbait, strict to crankbaits, we'll see how we get on. Come with the fishing, hopefully get a few fish on the bank. Oh, there we go. Little jack pike, absolutely slammed it. Oh, get yourself tangled up, buddy. I'm going to swing him more, he's going to get tangled up in my net. Well, that's what we're after. And that one's caught on the shadow wrap. There's a little jerk bait. Be careful there with the hooks. Oh, he's helped me out there, hasn't he? Oh! You little bugger, get up. Ow, ow. I don't have to get the pliers out. There we go. Little guy, a little wound there, someone else has tried to eat him. Let's just plop him back. Really good fun to catch. Whoa, what a take. Right in front of me. That was cool. Right on the paws too. Come on. Oh, come on. That was wicked. Barely hooked, there we go. Awesome. Not a bad pike, that little bait as well. Getting rested. Take a look at him. There we go. That is beautiful pike. Not a monster, but a really good scrap on that light setup with the small crankbaits and jerk baits. Little jerk bait here. Just give it a look. One hook there. Really well hooked. There we go. It's the bait I caught it on. Little shadow wrap, like a perch pattern. And it's beautiful, beautiful pike. Chunky fish, great scrap. Let's get him back. Really, really cold. So let's look at the sort of retrieve we're going to be working on today. Since the water's really, really cold, but we have got a bit of warmer weather today, I feel like the fish are going to be fairly active, but they're going to be enjoying a lot of pauses I think. I don't think they're going to be going crazy chasing these baits in at 1,000 miles per hour like they do in the summertime. So what we're going to do is, I'm using these little baits. The main bait I'm going to be using today, little shadow wrap shads. These have a great suspending action in the water. As soon as you pause them, they sit completely still and very, very slowly sink. They have an almost neutral buoyancy. And the sort of retriever I'm using is just a sharp pull and a pause, sharp pull and a pause all the way in. The most important thing I've got with me today probably is the glasses to allow me to see through the water. The water's fairly clear. And the moment I see these pike chasing, following, I'm going to give some really long pauses on the rod. Just like we did with the X-Raps when I went for those perch. Just long pauses, and that's how we're going to get the takes from these pike today. I've already had a few fish. Well, I've had a couple of fish before filming this. And this is a bait that seemed to do the job. And it was that pause that really, really triggered the take from the pike. And that is going to be absolutely key today, is pauses. So you've got to think about it in the colder weather. The pike aren't super hyped up, they're not just smashing any bait at any pace. Obviously it works out much better for the pike if the bait sits still, gives them time to think about it and take that bait. If you keep just ripping it back, you're just going to be pulling it away from the fish. So I'll show you now. Casting up the canal like that. Sweep on the rod tip, sweep on the rod, sweep on the rod. Cause that bait just to flick and twitch in the water and sit still. And then pauses are what's going to bring them pike in. So I'll put the glasses on now. And that's what I'm doing. Wandering up the canal, exactly the same retrieve, pulling it, stopping it, on repeat, until we get to the point where it's visible in the edge. And if we see a pike following, just sit and hang it down in the margin and wait for the pike to smash it. Don't think it managed to get a hold of the bait, you just tried to catch it and missed. There we go. Oh, didn't get the hook up. There we go, there we go. Just twitching it. This pike hit it once. I didn't get hooked up properly. I just got it again. Just twitching it really slowly past its face. There we go. A bit noddy, just using my net head. There we go. Lovely little jack pike. Proper wrapped himself up. There we go. See that bait right there. Little jerk bait. Like a perchy pattern. It's well hooked. There we go. And a beautiful jack pike, but really good scrap on the light gear. We'll not get a close look at that one, he's freezing cold. Let's get him back. See you later, buddy. Oh, did you see that flash on camera? There we go. Whoa. That was awesome. Came flying in for it, missed it. Oh, he's an angry little guy. Then absolutely slammed it right at my feet. He might jump, he's a very, very excitable jack. Come on, bud. Slammed it. He's the exact size fish I'm after. It's a great size to catch on the light gear. Beautiful look. Nailed that bait. There we go. Once again, a little jerk bait. Absolutely killing it. Beautiful little pike. These little jack pike are so much fun to catch on little mini jerk baits and crankbaits, especially this time of year when the water's cold. Sometimes just want a few bites. These fish are freezing, honestly, they feel like icicles. But they're so much fun to catch and I have so much fight in them still, even though it's really cold. This one absolutely nailed it at my feet after swiping at it twice. Now let's get him back. Oh, just twitching it mid-water. So cool. He's just caught around one of his gill rakers. There we go, nice and gentle, and popped it out nice and easy. Another really nice scrappy little pike and a little jerk bait. Lovely little fish, and they put up such a good fight, and the take's absolutely awesome. Once again, absolutely freezing the fish. See you later, big guy. There we go, on the pause again, right at my feet. See what I'm doing there when I'm pausing the bait? Mid-water. These jerk baits just hang still. Smashing up these pike. Always got hung up in my net there, I've got to be very careful, I don't want him to tear his mouth. I think I've dropped my handy pliers in my pocket. There we go, beautiful pike. It's got a bit of an old wound there. It looks like potentially a gash from braid. It's been tangled up in somebody's braid. Wasn't mine, I could see the fish going through the water with that on it. Probably just an accidental wound or something. Looks like it's fairly clean though, and a beautiful fish. Just plop him back down there. Whoa, feisty. Cool. There we go, there we go. Absolutely crushed it. That was cool. Alright, lovely jack pike. Only just hooked right on the scissor. Right, I just had to let it rest because I realised the hook points are so well knotted in this fish's scissor that I can't get them out, and I don't want to cause any tear or damage, so I don't mind losing a hook. Just be very gentle. I've got some cutters here. There we go, just cut all the points off the hook and should be able to wiggle that out then. There we go. Now I've just gave that pike a really good rest. As you can see there, what happened was, you can probably see the white mark on its scissor there. The hook was actually knotted in the scissor. The treble hook was really well knotted in there. So I had to cut the points of the hook. Hooks are worth pence. Just get rid of your hook, cut the points off, get the hook out, and you can get the fish back as quickly as possible. So we've had him well rested for a little while. He's full of energy now. Let's get him back. He can carry on fighting another day without the stress of me. What a wicked take though. Let's get him back. So thank you guys for watching. I had a really enjoyable session. The rain's finally cleared off. There's only about maybe half an hour of sunlight left anyway, so I might as well pack up and go home because I've really enjoyed myself. Obviously catching those pike is so much fun on like a perch setup like I'm using today. Even those 1 and 2 pound pike put up a really good scrap, and it's really exciting watching them nail it at your feet. Most of the pike actually took it right on the paws. As you can tell by the footage, the canal was pretty clear and you could see them fish literally grab it at my feet. An awesome bit of fishing. I'll leave a link to the baits that have done me the most success today down in the description below, as well as the setup I've used. So if you like the video. If you want to, subscribe so you can see more. Follow my Instagram page, which is down there as well, in case you want to see up and coming video updates. And I'll catch you guys later.